This week, it's a mobiles and music special. We're sending a robot in to explore a show floor, write a winning song, play the violin, and make a pop video. And is that Nick Rhodes from Duran Duran? Hey, welcome to Click. I hope you're well. For months now, we've been fantasizing about places that we can't go to at the moment, stories that we can't cover in person, and the big tech expos that aren't happening in the real world. They've moved online. But not this week. Lara, would you care to accompany me to Barcelona?
Absolutely. I've been looking forward to this. Now, Mobile World Congress was one of the first events to be cancelled last year. And this year, despite a few delays, it is actually happening. But we're not heading off to sunny Spain.
Well, not really, but we are going to be there in spirits. Okay, you ready?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Let's go. And we've arrived. This is Fira Barcelona, and this is MWC. And we're not only here in spirit, we are here in body too. A robot body with my face on it. And the good thing is that this robot is connected to the same Zoom call as me and you, so you can ride along pillion.
Oh, crikey, you're in control. Am I in safe hands?
Absolutely not. So I can look up and down like that, and I can go left and right, and forward and backwards with the arrow keys. Here we go, look, it's working. Oh, left, they're saying left, go left.
It's like when someone tries to help you park.
See, if ever the robots do try and take over, we're just going to be a pushover because we're all going to be filming it on our phones rather than running the other way.
So true.
And the good thing is, do you see that down the bottom of the screen you get a bird's eye view?
Oh, yes, nice.
Right, that's the bird's eye view of the bottom of the robot, so hopefully we won't just run over someone's feet. It does feel great to be back at a tech show, even if it is inside a tablet that's stuck to the top of a Segway. And I guess this is what we're now calling a hybrid show, with some exhibitors and attendees in Barcelona and some online. And we'll bring you a couple of the stories from MWC in a few minutes' time. It looks nice, doesn't it? MWC looks nice.
It does look nice. Look at those actual people there, actually there. Oh dear, we've stalled. The connection to MWC is frozen, but you're moving normally.
Yeah, actually, if you remember the times that we've been to MWC and we've struggled to get a mobile phone signal, as you say, and look what we're trying to do now. All right, these people have better move out the way. I'm sure I've got right of way.
They seem oblivious to us.
I've gone up to the bar. Can I have an orange juice, please? There we go. Look, she's pouring me an orange juice. Right.
Amazing.
Now you got a problem. Where'd you stick it?
It's going to go all over the screen.
Okay, well, there were some other robots that I wanted to visit, some really little ones. They're here somewhere.
Okay, should we go look for them?
Let's try.
All right, and we are off. Hello. So these are pretty cute robots, and some playing cards on the table as well. What's going on here, please?
So this one, we can use our robot to teach coding, STEAM, and artificial intelligence education from age 4 to 16. This one is compatible with the Lego and can speak up to 10 different languages. So students can play our robot at the same time they can learn.
Launched in late 2020, the bot's optic sensors and algorithms help to get kids coding across subjects from maths to music. Apparently, they even play football better than me.
So actually we have 4 steps. The first one is the unplug activity by cars. Second, application. Third one is micro:bit and Scratch. And last step is Python.
There aren't many kids there at MWC this year, so I wonder what the best reactions from the adults have been.
One thing I make them surprised, even if without any manual, they can learn how to use our robot.
My robot also didn't need a manual. although maybe I should have taken a driving test first.
Meanwhile, whilst I leave Spencer to play the part of a robot, or is it a robot play the part of Spencer? Other machines are also trying to take some work away from us, like creating music. Chris Fox has been finding out more.
The AI Song Contest is back for a second year, and unlike last year's show, which was Eurovision themed, this year anything goes.
I feel the wires, I feel the wires. My blood flows and my heart beats.
Like Eurovision, the goal is to create a song that will impress the public and a jury of experts.
Like a bird flying in the sky.
But each of the 38 entries had to use some artificial intelligence in the process, whether that was to create lyrics, or the melody, or even virtual instruments.
Could you tell if I could fly? I'd take you high.
That song there was by a group called Smorgasbord, and if you recognise the pixelated face, that's because it's Click's very own LJ Rich who has entered the contest. So LJ, how do you even get started with creating a song using AI?
When I work alone, the music always comes first. The melody, the chords, all of that comes first. But when I'm working with other people, I normally feel inspired by their lyrics. And so with this, it felt very natural to get the AI to generate some lyrics for me, which is what we did. We used GPT-3. It's incredibly good at generating text. You could do anything from writing a question and it giving you an answer to writing a few sentences and it just completing them. And I wanted to write a dance track. I don't know why, I just got it into my head that Eurovision requires a dance track. And so I put in the following prompt: feel the bass, dance all night, headphones on, smartphone light. And I thought it was going to come up with a kind of, like, you know, proper dance type thing. And it returned walking like a zombie in the dark as a completion. And I thought, ooh, that's really strange and unearthly and odd.
Once you had your lyrics, how did you turn that into a song? How did you decide whether it was going to be a ballad or a banger?
It felt naturally that it was falling into a ballad. A few years ago, I was commissioned to analyse the Eurovision Song Contest. So I had a lot of data about what's successful in Eurovision. If you've got a song that's too happy in a major key, it's not going to do that well in Eurovision. You want something in a minor key. That's going to do a lot better than... And so I decided, actually, let's do this at 80 beats per minute in D minor, which is an incredibly popular key, and give it this sort of feel of a wide-reaching, slightly unearthly love song.
And when it came to writing your melody, I believe you had a little bit of a helping hand from the chart topper Adele.
I mean, kind of. She was the data set that I trained an AI on to work out where the melody should go next. Jukebox AI is a program that you can run, which you can train on particular bands or artists. So Adele, I think, is an incredible songwriter. Why not train an AI on Adele and then enter the lyrics in and see if the music that the machine creates can give me some inspiration as to where to go with the melody.
The machine generates a few seconds of audio and then gives you 3 or 4 different choices as to where you want it to go next. So it might play, or it might go, or it might go. Now, one of those is definitely wrong, right? But the other 2 are probably okay. So every 3 seconds, which would take 12 minutes or so of processing time, I would then say, yes, I want option 1, and then set it running again and go, brrr. Okay, I'm going to choose option 2 for this. And then I would slowly build this melody with the machine that felt like a better fit.
Well, good luck LJ and everyone else in the competition. Public voting has already closed, but you can listen to all the songs at aisongcontest.com. And the winner will be revealed on the 6th of July.
Hello and welcome to the Week in Tech. It was the week Elon Musk announced that his satellite internet service Starlink could reach 500,000 customers over the coming year. Speaking at the Mobile World Congress in Barcelona, the SpaceX boss also said that customers would soon be able to access the internet from anywhere on Earth, excluding the North and South Poles. Also at the Mobile World Congress, TCL revealed a pair of smart glasses which operate like a display by projecting videos onto them. The glasses will go on sale later this year for around £500. Facebook's standalone newsletter platform Bulletin launched, and MIT and Harvard engineers designed a face mask that can diagnose COVID-19 within about 90 minutes. A flying car has completed a 35-minute flight between two airports in Slovakia. Klein Vision's air car takes just over 2 minutes to transform from a car into an aircraft. The company says a future pre-production model will be road and air legal. And finally, robots are entering the world of pop. Boston Dynamics robot dog, Spot, challenged Korean boy band BTS to a dance-off. Athletic performances like dance help to improve the programming of the robot by stressing the mechanical design and testing the algorithms in the software. No rusty screws here.
Violinists actually only play one string at a time. I kind of thought they were doing chords with the bow, the stick. Oh, I should have asked. Bow.
I'm getting a crash course in how to play the violin here at Pompeu Fabra University in Barcelona. Researchers have created an artificial intelligence system that helps. It's called Tell Me, which stands for Technology Enhanced Learning of Musical Instrument Performance.
The tiny finger is there to have the contra.
Using trackers on the violin and the bow, as well as an Xbox Connect, they can monitor how fast I'm playing and if I'm tilting the bow and the quality of contact with the strings. But first, a quick lesson.
Hey. Okay. So I've had my crash course in how to play the violin or hold the violin, and the computer software over there is showing me whether my bow is perpendicular to the strings. That's helping me keep the bow perfectly perpendicular and stay on that one string. So let's try another string. Okay, beautiful music this is not, I apologise. Now, once you've mastered the movements, the system can also tell you whether you're playing nicely using artificial intelligence. So it's been trained what nice, smooth movements sound like, and it's also been trained what bad playing sounds like. So if I play a note here, okay, so I was hitting two strings at the same time there. It came up yellow to say that was a bad note. Let me just try it again. And I got a green circle because I was playing like a pro.
So we took 4 professors of the Royal College of Music, and they recorded a series of exercises from very easy to very complicated, and then we ran algorithms in the computer to understand what makes good playing, and then trying to then convey this into beginners.
Presumably you've also taught it what bad players sound like. Is that why you've invited me here today?
It was not the purpose, but actually we recorded you and we will use you.
Using the system, I was able to get an idea of how well I was playing. It helped me self-adjust and play the note a little bit more in tune.
I can't say how easy it would be to learn an instrument completely from scratch using software like this, but I think I am improving, and I can get real-time feedback on whether I'm getting it right or wrong. I had a very good from Raphael just a minute ago, so, you know, nailed it.
Of course, Raphael turned on the style and showed me up, but that's okay. The point of the system is that it can help players of all skill levels.
We were targeting really professional players, like very high-level players, but the solutions or the technology we have developed has also impact or has usability in beginners. So it's the whole spectrum of players. But we always say this is not to replace the teacher, but this is to complement the teachers.
I can see how a setup like this would help someone learn how to play an instrument, but it's going to take a few more lessons before Violin Maestro is a string on my bow.
Vanessa May, watch out.
Amazing, that was Chris Fox. But here at MWC, the tech isn't just teaching us music, it's using music to learn about you.
Time to trundle over to MWC, where Thomas Liddy is about to do a deep dive into my music tastes.
Hi. Hey Spencer. One thing that we do is we analyze moods and emotions in the music, but then we can do more than that. We can also analyze the people's personality profile based on the music they're listening to.
So, what does his system make of That Song by Marina and the Diamonds? MWC produces an array of graphs picking out style, tempo, genre, and emotional cues too.
Here we see the song is friendly, it has good vibrations, it's warm-hearted, passionate, sensible, happy, and also a little bit melodramatic.
Just like me then.
Let's go for something much more somber. Paranoid Android, please.
We got some happiness. It says it's a friendly song, but it also says innocent, warm-hearted, cool, sentimental.
There is some happiness in Paranoid Android. That's what your system is saying?
Yeah. We don't do the lyrics analysis at this point. So this is more like really looking into the audio signal.
I'd still call that an optimistic reading.
Okay, I feel the moment has come. We've given you my Spotify playlists for you to tell me about my personality.
And here are the results. Plenty of character analysis, or assassinations, complete with Myers-Briggs style personality types. I'm not sure I'm that agreeable though.
You're also a challenger, and I feel that.
It's my job.
And number 3 type is the performer.
No, can't see that at all.
I can see that.
Now, I thought that streaming services like Spotify already provided many mood music playlists, so haven't they done this already?
So for the mood-based playlist today is still a lot of manual curators involved, but more than that, we're building right now an emotion-based recommender system. So the AI would sense what you would like to play and what you would like to hear. We would find the music that fits a certain environment or a certain advertising, and even more so, by knowing what music you're interested to, we could also recommend you other products that you're interested in.
So, moody music prediction, great. Although when it comes to serving up my emotions to advertisers, maybe I am a paranoid android after all.
Of course, ever since the invention of the music video, music icons haven't just had to think about how their music sounds, but also how it looks.
They've sold over 100 million records, are in their 5th decade of performing, and have shared a stage with many a great act. But Duran Duran have been trying a new kind of collaboration. The band's let artificial intelligence loose on creating the video for their new single, Invisible.
How is a machine brain going to make a video? How is it going to construct it? How is it going to conceive ideas? How can we feed in enough information to get something valid back? And then I was introduced to Huxley.
Huxley is the AI that was trained to get creative. This is where it all starts. The process of making an AI video involves teaching the AI how a human would think. So first of all, you've got to really take a close look at what's going on inside a human's brain. And that can happen right here.
It's an MEG scanner, or a magnetoencephalography scanner, and what it does is it uses really strong magnets to measure very sensitive signals firing in the top part of the brain known as the cortex. And that's where we think a lot of the information for creativity and things like other tasks like this are encoded. So if we want to imbue them into AI, we need to first measure them in humans, understand what's going on, and then translate that over to the code.
This sort of data was used to teach Huxley to interpret what it sees in the same way a human brain would. Then images of the band, lyrics and video footage were all put into the system, leaving the AI to generate its version of that, creating a collaborative process between the band and the computer. And this is what it came out with eventually. So what did Nick make of it?
Thrilled, astonished, amazed, stunned, and bewildered.
How was it to work with an AI?
I quite like collaborating with an AI. It doesn't answer back as much, for sure, and it doesn't ask very difficult questions, but it does come up with surprising results. I just loved the way that some of the thought processes were working. You didn't understand what on earth it was coming up with. Sometimes it became obsessed with dogs for several days. But when it was fed in some information, some keyboards, some imagery of keyboards, Nick plays keyboards, it came back with a zebra. Now that's my kind of surrealist game, you know.
Black and white?
Yeah, of course. Stripes, it makes perfect sense. I think for a bass guitar it came back with a fish. But actually, if you think about it, I suppose, you know, it'd been through its dictionary, sea bass.
And then there were the band's faces, created by broken down data on their images being totally rebuilt by Huxley.
It made the images of us. We did it with our iPhones, just literally lip syncing so that it could see and learn the dimensions of our faces and what all the measurements were as our jaws moved. And it took that in and then made its versions of us.
But a music video also needs to tell the story with feeling.
It's not just here's a sentence, generate me an image. You know, say you generated an image that was quite dark or really happy, we would classify that as such. So we were also able to encode emotion into this thing. And we actually went to the band and we generated each frame from the lyrics themselves. So the lyrics were the input for each of the frames. But the first output really wasn't that, it was a bit random and not too cool. So we spoke to Simon, who wrote the song, and he wrote down the emotions that were going through his mind next to each sentence. And so we added that in there as well. And then we really started getting something that looked really interesting.
It certainly captured the emotion of the song, but don't you miss being in the actual music video yourself?
I quite like Robotic Me. I could send Robotic Me to do a lot of things, I can tell you. We'll make videos with us in them again, of course. It was just thoroughly appealing to do something different.
Moving forwards, is it something that you would want to use again? How do you perceive the future of music videos and AI for you?
Obviously, it's a joy to be first with something because it's nice to jump off a bridge and realise you can land somewhere with something magical.
So, sounds like they loved being the first ones to do this, but they won't be doing another one.
Sounded that way. Although Nick was very into AI in general and robots, although he didn't need to try and make this episode of Click.
Which has been challenging, to say the least. Trust me, world, we're not at the stage yet where driving a bot wirelessly around a crowded trade show is easy or reliable. But we made it. Just, and I'm ejecting. Here we go.
Oh, welcome back. And as ever, you can keep up with the team throughout the week. Find us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook and Twitter at BBC Click.
And don't forget that you can see all the entries for the AI Song Contest at aisongcontest.com. And as a special treat this week, we're going to play out with an acoustic version of LJ's AI song. So enjoy this. Thanks for watching and we will see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Can't you tell? I take you high, I give you all the things you need to make it through the lonely nights. I'll be your star.